Hello there guys and girls. We're playing the Crew beta right here, and this video is going to be showing driving from one side of the map to the other. Now my one side of the map to the other, the choice I've picked is from Seattle, which is at the very top left of the map, and we're going to drive all the way down to Miami. Now we'll drive down to the very bottom corner of Miami. Set waypoint. Now as you can see, the map is still blurred around here. It's not, it doesn't have detail like it does up here. You can see where it's coloured, where you see the green where I've already been. Where the blue is where I haven't been yet. So I have been like down to Vegas, but I haven't driven from literally all the way up there down yet. But I figured Seattle down there would be down to Miami would be a good drive. Now this is all depending on it not kicking me off. Now it has done that the past 10 minutes. Hopefully it won't do it again. This is my first time to Seattle. As you can see there, very famous Seattle building, even though I'm zooming too far in. Now let's see how far we've got to drive, and it's a 93-mile drive. We're really best set off and see how long it does take us to get all the way there. If you wanna, well, I would say guess, but you'll likely have a rough idea about the length of the video, so I'm not going to say guess. You may have noticed you can see the building back there, by the way. There you go, look. You may have noticed I've done a lot of streaming recently. Now this is a direct for YouTube video, not loaded through a stream. So the quality should be slightly better than the stream videos, although the stream videos seem to be pretty good quality. And I've just actually finished, just before I recorded this, I just finished streaming this, explaining stuff about the game. Now I'm going to explain it all again, just simply so I've got something to talk about for the next 92 miles. So yeah. It's obviously in beta right now, so not everything's finished. You're currently capped at level 10, which means I've done all the main missions now. The next main mission I need a level 11 requirement. Because I'm capped level 10, I can't go any further. So I've done all the main missions you can. All the missions you can for the. There's no side missions really. Not on here anyway. Not on the beta. They might be on the full game. I don't know. But I've done all the missions that I can on the beta. Now as you drive around on the minimap on the bottom right, you might see one now, a little triangle, just disappeared off the map. Now these are, you drive through these and it starts a challenge. It could be drive at a certain speed, it could, you've got to drive fast, and the faster you drive for longer, whatever, you get more points, you get bronze, silver, gold medal. It could be doing a jump, you've got to get so far to get gold. It could be driving in between these barriers that get thinner and thinner the higher your multiplier. So the more you successfully go through in a row, it gets thinner. It could be the one where I'm on a racetrack and I have to keep driving around in circles and keep to the line. On the line again, the longer I were on the line, the thinner it got, but the more points you got for staying on. Let me just disable voices. It's an online game, and you could clearly hear someone making a noise there. That's Mr. Corner already. We've got another 89 miles left. I really should have timed this on my phone or something, won't I? Oh well, I didn't think about that. I'll have to figure out what the time is on the video afterwards. So yeah, it's a lot of there's a lot of the triangles around, and when you get bronze, silver or gold, if you get bronze you might get a new exhaust. Let's say, that's what you do there. You drive between them two things in order to start it, but I'm not enough high, not high enough level to be able to do that one. So yeah, I'm not joining the crew now. I can't remember what I was saying now. He's put me off. Right, that's it. So bronze. So let's say the reward for one race might be a new exhaust part. Now if you get bronze, you will get the just the exhaust part basic. You get silver, you'll get the upgraded exhaust part. So it'll be, if it's still an exhaust part, it'll be slightly better, but it will also have like a perk. You know, like imagine another MMO where you get, you know, you get like a sword and it has bonus fire damage on top of the standard damage. Well, it's something similar to that with the car parts. If you get silver on any race, any mission, anything with these silver on.
I'm not going to be responsible for scraping you off a sidewalk. Get some more experience first.
Shut up. If you get silver, you'll get the exhaust pipe, and you'll get, it could be bonus grip, could be bonus brakes, could be bonus acceleration, and so on. And you get gold, it'll be upgraded even more with again one of those perks. Obviously gold's what you want, and it could mean retrying some races or some little, you know, the challenges. Keep retrying them to actually get gold. Sometimes it's easy. I find the jumps to be quite easy. Sometimes if it heads off road, you might not do it first time, because off road can be quite slidey, and you just need to, you know, boost more before you can actually get gold. But it should be done second time. The jumps so far are really easy to get gold on, I've found, but some of the other ones are slightly more challenging. Give it 2 or 3 tries though. Again, they're not too difficult. They're a lot of fun. There's a lot of them, and the only downside is some of them where you've got to drive in between 2 barriers that get thinner and thinner. The main problem with that is not a problem. It's just part of the challenge. Is traffic. There might be a car in the way of one, and you either crash into the car or you avoid it. Now if you avoid it, you lose your multiplier, so you don't get as many points. However, if you go through it, you're going to lose time because of the crash, and potentially even, you know, spin off and lose a hell of a lot of time. So sometimes you're just unlucky and have the traffic. It's just part of the game. You just try again and hope for less traffic next time. As you can see, the roads aren't always very densely populated. If you did watch my stream, or you have watched the stream video that I will put on YouTube, or if you've seen it on Twitch, you know, once I've highlighted it, you will see that when I was in New York, the roads were extremely busy. Well, at first they were dead, but I turned around and then the road was packed. So, you know, each area does kind of try to justify what it's like in real life. Clearly at night time these highways are pretty quiet. Now once it's daylight, possibly it gets busier. I don't know, but the main thing you notice is as soon as you get to New York, it gets a hell of a lot more busier. And you'll notice as well, each city feels and looks different. The police cars are different. The taxis in New York, you go to New York, it's the yellow cabs. In other states, it's not. You go to Chicago, you'll see the railways. I don't know what you call them. I won't say subways. You know, the train lines above you, the tram lines. I don't know whatever they're called over there. I can't think of. It's not coming to me. I'm just trains. You know. See them in Watch Dogs. That's one of the first areas I went to, Chicago, because I'd recently played Watch Dogs and not really explored. You know, didn't know much about Chicago beforehand. However, obviously you learn what the map's like on Watch Dogs. I thought, oh, I'll head there on here and have a look. And it does feel like Chicago. Detroit has 8 Mile, which is cool. But again, the only time I've really seen Detroit's in the film. That pinging sound there, it'll generally either be a satellite dish, which when you drive up to the satellite dish, it shows you all the challenges and, you know, other bits and bobs on the map. I like how my lights are still on bumper as it fell off. And the bumper's back on again. Lost what I was saying again now. Oh, best avoid that one this time. But yeah, I don't really know as much about, you know, Detroit, but you can tell each place you've been to is different. Like obviously you go to Vegas, you go New York, you've got massive skyscrapers. You go to Vegas, you've got all the lights and the casinos and the nice hotels, and then you go to Los Angeles, up Hollywood. Well, even if you like go to the beach or up to Hollywood or whatever, you know what it's like. Especially if you played Grand Theft Auto 5, it feels very similar. The map, which is a good thing. It's not all a bad thing. It means both games have tried to keep.
You're not ready for this yet.
Both games have tried to keep the realistic feel of that location. I don't know why she keeps ringing me saying slow down, but I'm only driving. I just need more experience. I'm a pro. Look at me. Didn't hit wall there. I'm a pro. The only one problem I have with this game, it seems difficult to buy new cars. Now I've seen people talking about this on the forums as well. You start this. I think I started out with about 55,000, and I spent 20 or I think I don't know if it's 28 or 30 or something on this, rough guess. And you start racing, and at low levels you earn maybe a couple of hundred a race. It's not, you don't get paid very much. However, at level 10, which is the end of the beta pretty much, you start to earn $1,000 and over $1,000. Now you might think, oh, that's alright, just do like, it's still 35 races or something, 30 races or so, whatever this car cost. Maybe 30 races to be able to buy this car, and this is the starter car, or one of the starter cars of the beta. Now you go to some car shops, and I haven't seen this myself, this is what's been said on the forum. Apparently the Golf GTI is 85,000. Now you'd think a Golf GTI would be one of the starter cars. To be able to buy a Golf, which is still a tier 1 car, it's not exactly a Ferrari, it would take you 85 races just to buy that one car. That's a little bit annoying, but at the same time, it is true. But you got to think, right? I've played maybe five hours or so of this now, possibly more, and that is I've not just been straight up doing the missions. Oh God, I missed that cop car then. I've not just been doing missions. I have been exploring as well, and I've got to level 10 already, and it's not a hard job. I'm earning $1,000 a race now, and that's only level 10, so people are complaining you can't buy any other cars. Fine, that might go with the beta, but the full game, you get level 20. To level 20, you'll be earning a hell of a lot more money. As you go on, the higher level that you are, the harder the races, you're going to be earning more and more money. So, I'm just trying to get my phone. I just received a message. It's Twitter. I'll have to read it later. There we go. So yeah, it's the full game. As you level up, you'll be earning more money. It'll be even quicker to buy the cars then. And I mean, I've got to level 10 with this car, just using the parts I've got. Upgraded the car with the parts I've got, which don't cost you money. They're just rewards from races, and I'm doing fine. I've not struggled with any race whatsoever. The only parts of the car that do cost money is visual parts, like body kits and spoilers, paint jobs. You can decorate your interior. Rims are very costly. So yeah, they do cost money, but you win a new exhaust, it's free to put on because you've won it. So the full game money won't be an issue. Now, someone pointed out to me as well, Paragon DJ, he said the one thing he doesn't like is the little triangle challengers I was telling you about. Now, they are in the middle of the track, in the middle of the road. And if you drive, you know, it's not as if it's a small thing. It's quite a big thing, spreading out quite wide across the roads. Well, to say wide for these roads, maybe not so wide for New York or, you know, highway. But anyway, let's avoid that. They are pretty wide, and if you drive, even if you don't drive straight through it, if you drive to the little, you know, if you drive inside the barriers, it's going to start the challenge for you, which you don't really want. The only way to... Oh, I've messed up there. The only way to truly avoid it is to drive...
Get your experience up,
what happened then?
You're bound to get thrashed.
Is to drive truly on the outside of the track. And that's a little bit awkward. Yeah, you ought to be able to... You ought to be able to... He said, like, flash your headlights. Like, when you press horn, you see headlights flashing. It looks better on the... in the daylight when the lights aren't already on. But yeah, you ought to be able to flash your lights and then start it rather than just drive through it, because it does get annoying if you're on the way somewhere like here. It will then just take my waypoint off and start this. No, I don't think it keeps your waypoint, but it starts the challenge, and you don't want to do it. And to cancel it, you got to press start and go into abort and agree. And yeah, it's not difficult to abort it, but it's distracting when you're trying to drive somewhere. Just like me talking is. How far have I got now? That's 63 miles. I need a proper monitor. I'm playing this on a TV. I play all my PC games on a TV because I generally use the Xbox pad like I am now. And oh, the road just changed. What the hell is up with the road? Oh my god! What the hell? Ah! Whoa! What they done? Okay, this must be beta textures. What the hell am I driving on? Oh wow, it's insane. Why is it changing colour? Are these those it's clearly a bug or just beta textures or something, but it oh, there you go. You see the barrier there. See how wide that is along the road. If I were high enough level, that would have started a challenge there. And you've got to go literally on the outside of the road here just to avoid it. It's awkward. Yeah. Anyway, I was just saying these are either a bug or it's these new, what is it? Solar roads. You know, where they have LEDs on it as well, and it can say you can have a messages but like slow down and stuff, or I can actually draw the lines in the middle of the road and stuff with the lights rather than actually paint. It's crazy roads. Again, this is beta. I really, it annoys me sometimes when people play beta of a game and say it sucks. I don't like this. This don't work. Multiplayer's broken. I can't change a gun. It's crashing all the time. It's people need. I'm not saying you viewers are like it, but there's a couple of people I personally know who instantly judge a game on it, and I'm like, it's a beta. You've applied for a beta. That's what happens. That's the you're testing the game. You have fun playing it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm excited to actually be playing this, but it's a beta. You're there to test it, find bugs, and really you want to be letting the developers know about them, probably on the forums or something, and it should be fixed. This road's still a mess. It's going to be daylight, so I don't know if we can still see it in the daylight. It seems to be not being as bright. No, let's keep going. In fact, what sort of scenery have we got? Apart from the fact I just hit a train, or looking at a train, the back of a truck. I saw it coming as well, but I was too busy looking at that train there. Are we in the deserts? I'd look at the map, but I don't want to waste time trying to get there as quick as I can, really. An aeroplane there. I'd say coming down from Seattle. I say we're in the deserts. I say we're going by what do you call it? Oh, Black Mount. So we're at the very south of the map. Black Mount were under Vegas on the map, I think. So we've gone from the very northwest. I'm trying to look at the map there. Yeah, so we're heading kind of almost straight south. Well, not straight south. Heading like southeast-ish. So, yeah, I think we've headed quite a lot down south, and I'm just going to go across the coast or something. I don't know. Should have really looked at the route we were going to take beforehand. But, yeah, I'd say we're in the deserts, not too far away from... what? That's not good. Just scrape me off that truck instead. Yeah, I'd say we're somewhere south of Vegas-ish. Anyway, now where are we? Come on. Here we go, this beeping thing again. I know I mentioned about the satellite dishes. Did I also say that it could be a car? Now, if you remember, if you played Test Drive 2, it's a very, very... Okay, I'm going to rephrase what I was going to say. It's an identical concept, really. There's 20 cars. I think it's 20 cars per state, or you know, like you know, there's East Coast, West Coast, and whatever else there is on the map. I can't remember now. But each one, I think, has 20 cars. You drive near them, and you unlock it basically. When you get all 20, it builds a kit car. Now, whether this kit car will be a kit car, or it will be just a proper, like on Test Drive, it was like a Citroen CV1 or whatever it was called, the like bloody 80-mile-an-hour Citroen, and the old, I think, with the old Beetle and some off-road buggy or dune buggy type thing as well, or something. What it'll be on here, I don't know. I've only got 5 in one of the areas so far. That's the max I've got. I'm not aiming to get all the collectibles because the beta is only for a week, and I'm gonna guess, like with most betas, I'll have to start again upon buying the full game. So I don't see the point of, you know, going out and wasting my time collecting all these collectibles for me to only have to do it again come is it November-ish this game's out. Yeah, because if I had to do it again, I'd kind of get a little bit annoyed, if I'm honest. So I don't fancy it. It's like again, I'll use Test Drive as an example. Test Drive, I had it on Xbox. I played 200 and something hours of it, and got pretty much all the map unlocked, and all the parts unlocked for the cars, and sun's awkward seeing traffic. I got quite a lot done. Then I got it on PC thinking, yeah, I'll start it again, and I've missed my turn. And I never started again. I did start again, but I gave up after 5 minutes. Sorry love, just ran you over. I could have carried on going and took that other turn there, but... So what, now where are we? Winslow. I'm not too good with America, and I'm American towns and cities and whatever, but with it saying mountain states, I'm gonna guess it's, and it doesn't look like a massive town, so I'm gonna guess it's just a little town, and everybody knows the name of it. And I'm gonna die. Almost. And the roads have gone funny again. I'm on the black road, yeah. Now what's over there? I kind of want to have a look at the map. Let's just have a look at the map quickly. So, we've headed so far from all the way up here, where it's, you know, Seattle Station. We've headed down here, down in between Vegas and Los Angeles, and I said we're heading quite south, and heading across the border, look, across the coast. So we are heading across the coast. We're going to head up and pass through the outskirts of Dallas, go through New Orleans, and into Miami. So, let's keep this journey going, and I'm going to use a bit of boost now because I'm trying to, you know, don't really want to add that time I've stopped there to the amount of time it takes. I only parked up for a few seconds, so you know, that symbol there, it's like is it a lighthouse, or I don't know what sort of icon it is, but it's a landmark. Now, landmarks are the real locations in the game, that, you know, that are in real life. They're in real life, and it gives you a little bit of information about it if you want to read it. And it just shows you some better camera angles of the area. nice little drift. Look how wide and dead this road is. Look how good it looks. It's so dead here, but it looks so good, that sunlight. And I mean, just look, it's just plains. There's just nothing there at all. There's just one car. It looks so nice. When I first loaded it, when I first saw the trailer and heard about this game, E3 I think it was, quite excited for it. But then my excitement kind of faded away because I had other games to play, basically. And then I got the code for it. I pre-ordered it because I knew I was going to get it, but I downloaded it, loaded it up, and I thought to myself, I don't think the graphics are going to be very good, and I don't think I'll like the handling. Now, instantly the graphics impressed me, especially the in-car view. The in-car view I think looks really good. The handling kind of proved me right to start with. The first race, you in a Ford F-150 Raptor, or I think it is.
Slow down,
shut up, bud.
More experience.
He's doing an off-road race. They started to do a big jump and almost hit a helicopter, which is cool. Then you dodge a train, which is cool. But the car's just bouncing off the... You know, you do a jump and you hit and go and bouncing back up and you can't control... That was close. You can't control it. And I didn't like it. However, once I got onto the roads, I found it perfectly fine. Again, you have to get used to it a little bit. You'll learn that, you know, with a lot of the turns in the cities being 90 degree turns, you'll learn handbrake is your best friend. Yeah, you'll learn the handbrake is your best friend, and you'll give it 10-20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer if you don't play many arcadey racing games, but you'll get used to it pretty quickly. I have a feeling that I'm doing some really long drive. That person's going to die before he gets there. Especially at that speed. She'll be driving like me 170 miles an hour. So that there, with that triangle thing there, with it being a wide road, it's easy to avoid, but you know. Police chases are a lot of fun. They can be very aggressive, and there's a lot of stop changing lanes. All AI should stick to your own lane. Not very realistic, but it makes my driving easier. Just look at how good this game looks. It's just mountains here. It's just mountains. You gotta remember, there's snowy mountains. There's deserts, there's forests, there's a lot of areas to go. That's the main thing I'm excited for this game for, is the scenery. I like seeing locations of games. I like exploring. So, you know, the map is really good to me. Some people say, well, we want the whole of America, the real map. Now, do you really want to have to drive? Imagine how long this drive would take if it was a full-size map. Wow, I wouldn't even be very, very far right now, would I? I mean, I'm driving fast, don't get me wrong, but I really wouldn't have got very far. It would take a hell of a long time for me to get across America, even at this speed. So, no, I don't want the full. Don't get me wrong, the full map would be awesome. All the real roads and all the real buildings and stuff, but it would get boring fast. For you Americans, yeah, it'd be like, oh, that's that school I went to, that's where I work, this is where I live, oh, my mate lives here, you know, oh, this is cinema I go to, and so on. But I mean, it would be the same if it were set in England. Yeah, set it in England. It's a smaller map. It's easier for developers to do. No, anyway, oh shit! Well, that was fun. I had something the other day where I actually hit a hit a police car. I thought, you know what, these police cars keep ramming me. There's one coming up here, and I'm going to ram straight into the back of it. Put my NOS on, hit it. Wow. I went flying really, really extremely high into the air. Imagine Saints Row 2 Pimp Slap with super strength cheat or whatever it were on. If you played that, you literally, I went flying. There were a massive lake at the side of it, and I landed at the other side of it. This lake must have been a mile wide, possibly. Maybe a little bit less than a mile. But it were a big jump. It was fun, don't get me wrong. Now, I will apologise. I know I've kind of messed up words. So overtake 1,000 cars. Very nice. I know I'm messing up some sentences and starting, you know, one sentence and not finishing it and so on, but I'm trying to think. It's difficult to think of something to say while driving at this, and she puts me off. Shut up! Shut up calling me and repeating yourself. I'll run you over. Well, I hope that were her in that car. Oh my god, that car's gonna fly. Wow, that must have hurt. Yeah, it's what we're at, 93-mile drive. I've got to think of things to say for. I have no idea how long this video is going on for now. I don't know how much longer it's going to go. I've got 30 miles left, and I'm going to guess we're still heading by the.
Your car is a wreck. Come back to
Shut up. Well, there's a jump there. I kind of want to go back and do it, but let's not. Let's just try and get here. You see back there? You see the police shields flashing, and it's left the game. Well, there were an online guy in my game there getting chased by police. I don't know what I could do to help other than possibly help try and take the cops out. He's back again. Look, this multiplayer needs to behave itself. My car needs to behave itself. I find in-car view better for, you know, driving in between cars, and generally the in-car view I find better for racing. However, off-roading, if you watch the stream you'll see why. I find the outside, the third-person view a lot better. Now I'm just going to slow down here while I have a drink. I'm getting very dehydrated driving through the deserts and stuff. Now, what did I say we're coming up first? Dallas? And I'm going to guess that's Dallas up ahead. I feel better after like a drink of water then. I'm sorry about that, sir. And it disappeared. Oh! He didn't disappear though, did he? Son of a bitch. Alright, let's keep watching forward and not look backwards. If you're a big fan of sim games, you know, if you play a lot of Forza, Gran Turismo, or some other, you know, you only like to play simulators, you don't like arcade racing games, I honestly would not recommend this to you. Unless you just want to go on and just, you know, go for a cruise around with your friends or something, then I definitely would, because the map is incredible. But I know a guy who's any arcadey racing game instantly puts him off. Watch Dogs, he loaded it up, played about 5 minutes, and instantly just said, "This is crap," turned it off. I get used to any game, however the shooting, fighting, driving, I get used to it. Oh, you idiot! Did you not see me speeding up behind you? I get used to it, and I don't know if it's. This is a question: do you play a game not like how it feels and instantly hate it, or do you carry on playing it, get used to it, and then like it, or do you carry on playing it and just never get used to it? I don't know. I know quite a few people who instantly think, "Oh, I don't like this, give up." I don't. I keep playing it until I just keep playing. I enjoy any game mostly. I keep playing it until I get used to it, the handling and stuff like I did with this. Now I think I'm fine with it, and I admit I crash. I'm not perfect. I've got a headache. I've just done a half an hour stream and I'm now driving 90 miles, so excuse me if I mess up a few times. And here we go, look, we're in a foresty area now, lots of trees around. Go! Ooh, got some air there. And that hurt. I like that as well. If you clearly noticed, as I hit NOS there, your head goes back into your seat. It's kind of good. And I love that as well. Any game where when you're in the in-car view and you look back and you still got your head in car, you're pretty much looking through the mirror, and you can see the back seats of the car and stuff. I like that. Some games you look back in car view and you pretty much have that view there. I don't like that. I like that view. It makes me feel like I'm in the car more. It makes it feel more real.
Until you get your experience up, you're bound to get thrashed.
Get thrashed? No one's thrashing me. Because AI aren't quick enough and online ain't working right. So no one's thrashing me. If you are fortunate enough to get into the beta, let me know what you thought what you think to the game, the handling, the story. I was pleasantly surprised by the story. I admit the cutscenes look really, really good. Now they're not as often, and some missions are like, I'm not going to give you any story spoilers, so don't mute me or turn it off, don't worry about that. But the story, you have quite a few cutscenes at the start and it dies down. It's more just like a phone call story with again the odd cutscene, but you still understand what's going on, and the important parts there will be a cutscene. So yeah, it's alright. Better than nothing. I do like my stories, so let's keep going. We must have passed. We just passed through old Louisiana. So we must have gone through Dallas. The game seems to be locked on. Obviously, this beta is on PC. It seems to be locked at 30 FPS. Whether the full game will be or it's just the beta, I don't know. 30 FPS. Mostly, I'd say 30 FPS or 60 FPS or unlocked. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really bother me as much. However, we're a driving game, when you're moving really fast, you can sometimes quite easily tell you're only at 30 FPS. However, I'm fine with it, really. It's not, it's a stable. This is on the highest graphics, and I'm at a stable 30 FPS. It does drop every now and again for a split second, but that's just potentially the game rendering new buildings or some thing. Let's try and avoid crashes now, otherwise I'm going to get police after me. The only way I find you instantly get cops after you now, so far, is literally just crashing into a cop car. But however, if you crash into civs a lot, the little destruction bar you saw at the top there does build up, and Gulf of Mexico. It does build up, and eventually you will get one level if you crash into too many cars. However, if you drive well for a minute, it'll disappear and give you a chance to wreck more cars with your bad driving afterwards. So now I'm on the Gulf Coast. Let's keep going. Only, is it 13 miles to go? It's hard to look down while I'm driving. 12 miles to go, and we're nearly there. We're nearly at Miami. From Seattle to Miami. Nah, whoa, what the? What the hell was that? Where the hell did that truck come from? That wasn't AI, by the way. That wasn't. That wasn't an online guy. That was AI. Excuse me, I'm you on in there. That's not the first time that's happened to me either. Glad I caught that one on video though. Damn American drivers. So yeah, I've no idea how long. I apologise. I should have timed it on my phone or something. How long this was going on and stopped the timer as soon as it arrived. I'm gonna have to work it out on the video afterwards when I'm editing. I'll be able to, just put this, put the start of the video from when I set off and the end of the video to when I end, and obviously tell me the time. I will take into account all the crashes and the fact that I stopped to look at the map for a second.
Slow down, bud.
Shut
You're
up.
not ready for this yet.
Shut
Get
up.
more experience.
Shut up. I'm trying to think of an insult, but I can't think of any. I'm tired. I've got a headache. What? I'm too distracted by those cars that just came out from there and tried on a U-turn. What the hell were they doing? You can't do a U-turn on highway. Madheads, I'm telling you. So now where are we? Orange Grove again. I'm not amazing with my American geography, so I don't really know where Orange Grove is. I'm guessing it's a real place, so I don't know where it is. Go. Glad you were all the way across before I passed you there, pal. I don't use any of you change lane. In fact, let's be safe and no, I won't have to move back over. You change in lane then, won't it? Camaro there. That could have been one of the starter cars. This Dodge Challenger. I'm sure it's a Challenger. It's the best car you can start with. It had quite a big, jump in brake horsepower and top speed compared to the other cars. I won't mind going back and buying one of the other cars, or buying the only other car since getting your first car in the start game. I have been to one of the other car shops. I think it's the only other one that's open currently.
A vehicle is just inside and driving dangerously. An arrest warrant has been issued. That's 10-4.
And I apologise for yawning again. Oh, hello, please. And the only car I could buy at that garage was a Ford Focus. Those other cars are too expensive. You're only so much, and it's literally only 9:15 at night. I don't normally get tired till about 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh my god, are we in Miami? Or are we entering Miami? Yes, we are at Miami, and the game crashed. Well, it didn't crash, but it cut out. So I will load it back up in a second and add that last little bit on the end and let you know. But yeah, so actually I'll see you in a minute, and we'll see. We'll do the last little bit and add it all up, cutting out all this what's just died. Be right back. Hello guys. That restart, that where it went off a minute ago, was a server restart. Thankfully it gave me 15 minutes to chill out with the fan on, because it is red hot in my room right now. I know I'm in England. You don't think it's hot, but right now in this summer is extremely warm, and without my fan on I am roasting. Now while I was waiting for the service to come back on, I shut up